Okay, so hi everyone, welcome on board to CATKing. This is Anisha here and wish you all a very happy Women's Day for everybody who's listening to us. Quick check for people who've joined in. Tell us where are you guys joining in from? Okay, and I hope you guys have been attending the previous sessions also. If not, you guys can check it out later on. So today on Women's Day, we've decided let's bring you guys and make you meet a few of the other women who are inspiring, each one of you guys, and also the other people who've made a mark in various B schools and are killing it out there. So what made them successful and what do you think can you learn from each one of these people? So today we have now with us we have Rituja and Amika, both of these people from NMIMS Mumbai. And more than me, I think let's have both of them introduce to all of you guys themselves. So go ahead, Rituja and Amika, give your brief introduction. What you guys have been doing till now?
Amika, you can go ahead.
Hi everyone. So happy Women's Day to everyone watching. So I guess we both are first year students from NMIMS, and before that I worked with CATKing. So it's like a home to me, and it's always good to come back and talk with this aspirants. So I think I'm actually for my intro, I guess the people who will be watching are MBA aspirants. So I can give a brief introduction about how my MBA looked like to me. So I was competitive fresher, okay, and I wanted to go for sales and FMCG companies. So yes, that is the gist of what my MBA looked like. But the interesting part is that 8 months of my MBA went online, and now today is my first day back in Mumbai because we are opening offline for 20 days for the first year, the 20 days left for the first year. And I've just relocated, and it's a great experience, to be honest.
Lovely. So welcome to Mumbai. Rituja and me are born and brought up veterans of Mumbai. We'll be your guide whenever you need help. And
Definitely.
Lovely.
You
So
both can show me around.
For sure. How does it feel coming to Mumbai?
Yes, to be honest, till yesterday, I was like, is this really happening? I was not in the stage to accept that it's really happening. But when I came to it, I was like, okay, it happened. It has happened. I'm finally here. After seeing people in just a 2x2 frame for 8 months, I'll be seeing them in person. The professors, my peers, my friends, everyone. So it'll be really overwhelming, I guess.
Lovely. That's lovely. That's beautiful. Rituja, let's have your quick introduction.
So hi everyone, I'm Rituja Tripathi, and I joined NMIMS last year after attempting several management exams, and I have worked for the past 4 years in AdTech and a B2B industrial printing firm. So basically, I had WorkX, and I was on the higher end of WorkX. So like there are freshers who are scared that they'll get placed or not. I was on the higher end. So I was worried whether I'll get placed or not. But the long and short of it, that don't worry, you'll get whatever is best for you. And it's been a really nice journey till now. And like Amika, yesterday was my first day in college, but I've been to college many times because my friends came. So it was not really my first day, but seeing so many people definitely was a great experience. Seeing that semicircle full of people, not just 4-5 people on campus. So that was great. And hoping to make more memories as we go on.
Lovely. So, these colleges results have come out recently. Like I am sure you would remember your days this time last year. Results are here. Should I take NMIMS? Should I take this college? Should I take which college? Tell me, what made you select NMIMS over the other options in hand?
Right, ma'am. So for me, I had an option. I didn't have a lot great options, and was actually my best choice. But even after that, I selected this because of the companies that it brings for my dream role. So that was the main motive. So and also I talked to a lot of seniors and etc. And the culture here is really rich. So I guess these were the two reasons I joined NMIMS.
Lovely. How about you, Rituja?
So I had calls from IMT Ghaziabad, Micah, and KJSOMA and a few other colleges. But I chose NMIMS Mumbai because of its brand value and its legacy in the past so many years. Plus, many a times it's a huge batch size is considered as a big flaw or a big setback. But I think that's the very thing that makes it so unique. We have so many alumni across. You can reach out to any one of them. Like ma'am herself is an alumni, and we've gotten so much help from us. I think Amika and I can personally vouch for it. So I think this is the strong alumni network is something that attracted me even more to NMIMS. So it's got a 39-year-old legacy. So I think that's why I made this choice.
Lovely. That's interesting. So, a lot of people always say that, I mean, I have always got questions कि यार मैम बैच साइज बहुत ज़्यादा है, क्या करेंगे? तो competition सब सिखा देता है और करवा भी देता है. So that's nice. But we also hear, like everybody says that because it's Mumbai, you get a lot of corporate exposure. Did you guys feel that advantage in this 1 year? It was online, but did you see that there is a lot of exposure and opportunities coming on board?
Definitely, I think because when many corporate projects open up, I mean, I remember the first 2 trimesters and we used to get consecutive mails, this project is opening up, that project is opening up. So I think because as Rituja mentioned, NMIMS, even after the college went online, it maintains that legacy. It maintains that brand value with companies. So they would want to come in as well. And even in online mode, they offered various corporate projects to us. We had a lot of competitions, people winning here and there. So I think it didn't affect that way. The online mode did not affect it in any sense. And we got a lot of opportunities for sure.
Lovely. And I think everybody also talks about ki committees karna chahiye ki nahi karna chahiye. And you both being first-hand members of IIPC and placement committee, like the most coveted committees on campus. What's your take? What would you suggest people who are soon going to join NMIMS be your juniors?
I would suggest that you should definitely join at least one committee because that's how you get a network with the seniors. So when you have any questions, your juniors are definitely there, but it's the seniors who've been through that before. So I got a really strong mentor network through IIPC. And also, if you wish to, you can join one of the few interest-based cells if you like dancing or if you like music, because I think these cells and committees are a bit formal, but when it comes to interest-based cells, they're a lot more informal right from the beginning. I'm not saying that IIPC is not informal, but that takes time, a little bit of time. So for that informality, you can do that. But definitely you have to manage your time with academics, with committees. And it's not everyone's cup of tea to do 4 committees, plus academics, plus case competitions, plus corporate projects. So don't ever look at a person and feel like, okay, this person has it all and why am I not able to do it? Because every person is very different. Every person has a very different motivation. Every person has a different background. You don't know why are they doing what they're doing. You should definitely get inspired by them, but not demotivated that why am I not doing those things. So I think because MBA gives a lot of FOMO, I think Amika and I can both definitely say that there's not 1 month that we must have not felt, okay, where am I going in this MBA also now? What's the next big thing? So it's like people think कि अच्छा एक बार MBA हो गया तो हो गया लाइफ सेट है, बट नहीं, आपको हर महीने की एक्सिस्टेंशियल क्राइसिस आएगी कि अच्छा अब तो ये कॉर्पोरेट प्रोजेक्ट हो गया, अब नेक्स्ट क्या करना है, सिर्फ अकेड थोड़ी करने, ये भी करना है, सीवी भी बिल्ड करनी है, कौन सा नया कोर्स करना है. Then you look at 10 peers doing 10 different things. Everyone is just updating their LinkedIn. आज ये कर लिया, आज किसी ने वो कंप्लीट कर लिया, आज किसी ने वो ज्वाइन कर लिया. So while it is truly overwhelming, you should be in touch with what's happening, but just take that as a motivation, because if that cripples you in acting, then that's not the point of it, right? So at worst case, I think what you should think is that you're getting out, even if you don't do anything else. There are so many of my friends who've just done one interest-based club, a music cell, okay, and they have gotten really great packages. No case study competition, no fancy corporate projects, and yet they have got some of the best packages on campus.
Yeah.
So just don't think that you don't need to do everything, burn yourself out. I don't think that's the point. I think it's what works for you, what you feel motivated to do. So yeah, I think that's
important. So I think it's very important to identify what relates to you. What's your driving factor? Like, for example, I loved doing sports and case study competitions, and so that's different. And you guys have done a lot of corporate projects as well also, so we get different opportunities coming on board for all of us, which is there. So one quick question, like today's Women's Day and we're all celebrating that as well. Now, a lot of colleges, even NMIMS for that matter, is focusing on enhancing the diversity. We have a few set of number of seats available. Do you think that eases out the process of the interview selection? Does it make it less competitive?
Ma'am,
I
I would
don't
say
really think
that
that it makes, yeah, go on with
you
that.
can go ahead.
Okay. So, in my opinion, I guess I think that ratio is also defined by the number of applicants that they get, and it does not make it less competitive. I mean, I'll still be competing even if I'm competing with women, I'll still be competing with the best of them. So it's not really, I would say that it eases out the competition in any way at all, because it is justified. It is definitely justified that these number of seats should be given, because even the applications that they get are in the same ratio. And I think it's not difficult for them to fill up these many seats, because anyhow these many women apply and they're all very brilliant minded. So yes.
Lovely. That's an important point. In this entire journey that you have been through, so both of you, did you ever face any challenges or any questions in companies or corporate interviews where you're like, okay, I think you should reconsider because you are a woman out there and this is not meant for you?
Yes, ma'am. For one of my interviews, since I mentioned that I wanted to go for sales and FMCG companies. So in one of the interviews, the interviewer asked, okay, so you seem very delicate for someone who we would prefer to go for sales. So will you be fine with it? Like, you'll have to work for these many hours, you'll have to work in extreme conditions. Will you be fine with it? So to that, I answered that, sir, I'll be the fourth generation of working women in my family. And they all had their first postings in villages nearby. They didn't have it right in their city. So they had to travel in that time and era. My grandmother, my great grandmother, my mother, all of them. No communication, no good transportation. She did it then. I have it much easier. So I think I'll be able to prove it to them that I am actually working when I step out and not sit in front of a laptop. So I think they were pretty impressed by that. And the amazing fact is that even this answer was drawn from the women in my life. So I guess they helped me to get where I wanted to be.
Absolutely. I think it also helps to have someone as a role model, so that whenever you have these situations where people tell you it's not meant for you, you have someone to pull you back. May not always be physically present with you, but you kind of think and get back. How about you, Rituja? Any experiences where you face any of these challenges?
Fortunately, in my MBA journey, I did not face any questions as such, but I can recount one experience from my work wherein I did face challenges. So in the second company that I worked for was predominantly a male-dominated company, and we had to handle. So one part of my job was handling services, and services was an engineering-led, an engineering-driven sector, wherein most of them were these male graduates from different places in Mumbai. So as a woman, it was, so I did not know the technical aspects of fixing machines, but I did know management. So it was very difficult to, initially they would think that I wouldn't understand what these machines, how these machines work, and they would be able to fool me. But, and obviously they wouldn't take me very seriously also, because, okay, what would she know? But then I feel like the true art of management is not knowing the technical bit of it, but understanding the process, breaking it down into parts, and then see if people are following it properly or not. So that's what I tried to do. And I think eventually they understood that she does know her work. And like after a point, they stopped going to my direct reporting manager after that, and they started directly listening to me, and they also said, okay, we prefer you over the reporting manager. So I think that was one success, and I'm really glad that I got the kind of audience who also accepted me when I proved that I could do it. So that was one experience.
That's amazing. I mean, I think these experiences kind of some way also make you a little more stronger with respect to, yeah, I have my opinion and I'm going to do what I really choose to do and be a part of. Like, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who are listening to us. Not everybody gets it very smooth. There will be people who, will be facing issues at home, like, ki ladki hai, kya karna hai MBA karke, chodo, get married. We've all seen it at some point of time, may not be directly but indirectly. So, what do you suggest to them? Do you think there is an age limit to doing an MBA, or do you think definitely be whatever age, whichever gender MBA, you should be going ahead?
I think what I'll give won't be a very motivating answer for many, but I'll give a very realistic answer. That I think, yes, there is an age limit to doing an MBA, not in terms of learning, but I think in terms of the opportunities that it can give you. So if you already have a really high paying package, you're in a place in a good company, then only you know how much value will it add to you after doing an MBA. Because when you are out there in the market, you're sitting with people from 0 to 2 years of experience, or max 3 years. And honestly, that is the sweet spot that the Indian companies are looking for.
Yes.
And with that 6 to 7 years of rich experience, if you're working at a great Fortune 500 company, or multinational, where you are at a relatively good designation, then maybe you should look for an Ivy League MBA or an MBA outside India, because that's where it's respected and valued more as compared to Indian MBAs. So that is the harsh and sad truth when it comes to Indian MBAs. While talking about age, but if you're starting again, maybe you want a career shift in life, and you're okay starting at a lower stage, but you absolutely can't do finance, you want to move into marketing, and that's your dream, then definitely you should go for it, because yeah, it's going to be worth it, and nothing is going to give you a high jump like MBA is going to give you. Because when you start from scratch, I don't think any company would be willing to give you that opportunity if you're just switching from finance to marketing. So yeah, that is one area. But if you're already at a good position, then you need to talk to your mentors, you need to talk to people around you, people in that B school, whether it will really add value to you or not.
Okay, that's lovely. That's a very honest answer. And that's good to, have honest opinions. So this is what we want to also hear. I'm sure everybody who's listening to us as well also. Any doubts or questions which you have in mind that you would want to ask Amika, Rituja? We have Rituja, who's 4 years experience doing MBA at NMIMS, and she's one of those first few to get placed into analytics profile. I'm not sure you guys are still allowed to say your company names or not. Up to I think everyone's placed. So I leave that to you guys to decide. And we have Amika, a fresher engineer, and getting into sales and marketing. So on-field roles, anything which you guys would want to ask, feel free to ask. And for both of you guys, I'm sure you would have also given a lot of other exams. Like, there are a lot of people right now who are thinking, should I give NMAT or not? Should I give only CAT exam? What's your advice to all of these people with respect to which exams to give and which not to give?
Amika, would you like to go first?
So, like what happened with me was that I gave CAT, I gave NMAT, I gave my CAT, I gave every exam. But it all boiled down to just getting NMIMS and MICA called. So you never know. I mean, before that, in my 4th year, again, I had attempted CAT and I had gotten baby IIM calls, etc. So I was like, okay, next year I'll get better. But you never know what is going to happen. Okay, I missed my cutoff score by, I guess, 1 mark or something. So in that case, you never know if you are very confident and you're very hard bent on just one college, even then I would advise to always give as many exams as you can, because you don't know how it will turn out to be on the exam date, on the result date. So it's always better to be on the safe side. I mean, you have to do a risk analysis and everything. So basis that, try to give your exams that way.
Okay, that's a nice answer. How about you, Rituja?
I agree with Amika on this. In fact, recently one of my some people had approached me asking me whether I should apply for this college or not. And I remember what Anisha ma'am and Rahul sir always say कि पहले convert करो फिर सोचो apply करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए. And I said the same thing. Okay, listen, don't see whether this is a good college or not, bad college or not. The range of marks that you're getting right now, for that, this is a good college. So just apply for that. And later you decide if you get NM Mumbai, then it's great. But what if you don't? Then you'll have these backup colleges, right? And then if you feel you have the strength to go on for a year, maybe look for a job and pursue studies again. But there are many people who just don't want to study beyond a point, and that's a fact. So you always, when you're broken down and you have those two colleges, then you're like, okay, this also seems fine, and I want to go ahead with it. That's what I suggested to one of the mentees, if I may, who had come to ask me, oh, what should you do? And it really worked well for him. And I'm really happy that, he did not have to waste another year and probably get the same thing or not even get that.
Right.
So, because like Amika said, there's always a risk. You never know. And especially CAT is really unpredictable, but you can't even say about NMAT these days, because now NMIMS is not just about कि अच्छा 214 लेके आ जाओ, कट ऑफ क्रॉस कर लिया, बस नाम का interview है. The interview really needs to like you and your profile. And that again is very subjective, right? I may say that you have a really great profile, but will that other interviewer like it or not? So then again, now NMIMS is not that easy a college as it used to be, in my opinion. Because I think that has changed from my year itself, because that's when they had that relative, I think that
adaptive exam. Yeah.
So yeah, I would say go for it, unless you have a very stable job. You know that okay, you'll keep growing in this job, and you can keep giving exams. Then you can probably just focus on one, so that you can give it all you've got. But if you know कि नहीं, and trust me, don't try to push your MBA for more than 3 years. Try to just do it in 0 to 3 years of work ex. So I'm not saying apply to like a tier 3 MBA college, because that's also not going to help you. Again, depends on your profile. Nothing against tier 3 MBA colleges, but if you're already at like an 8 to 9 lakh package, then why would you want to go for a tier 3 college? Right? It's not going to add any value. So then don't apply to those. Be logical. Look at the packages. Look at what it has to offer. Look at what the brand has got to offer you. So many people in my college had 27 years old, 29 years old, were assistant managers, and they still come here for an MBA. And I asked them, why are you doing this? And they're like, it matters a lot to get promoted, because beyond the level, you don't get promoted. So everyone has their own reasons for an MBA. You've got to find what's your reason. True. And then decide.
That's actually a really important point. Like, the decision matters when you're selecting the colleges as well. Also, the same thing matters. Like, what exposure, what kind of companies, where are you, what's your profile, and what fitment you have. So you definitely should be giving all exams. Don't put your eggs in one basket, convert all, and then be the one deciding where to go ahead. Last parting thoughts and tips for all the people who are joining NMIMS soon, and any advice for all the women out there who are listening to us today?
Right. So for those who will be joining NMIMS now, so congratulations, you will be finally joining in the offline mode. Hopefully, things don't go back to offline again. And unlike us and our senior batch who had, they missed 2 years, we missed 1 year. So you will be in the campus from day one, and we'll all be there to help you out whenever you need. So all the best and welcome to whoever's joining.
Lovely. That's great. Rituja, how about you?
Yeah, congratulations to everyone who's made it here. You are one of the lucky few and the chosen few to have been here. One advice that I would give everyone is to talk to a lot of seniors, talk to a lot of alumni who have been a part of NMIMS, and try to figure out what's your journey going to look like. I'm not saying that you will be able to plan everything out from day one, but it will definitely help you not having any regrets in the future, that okay, maybe I should have done this from day one. And I'm sure we have our own set of regrets. Maybe we should have done this from day one. I don't think anyone can be completely free of that, but definitely if we had 70%, maybe you can have it at like 40% by talking to more people. So yeah, and be specific in your questions. Like don't ask things which people cannot answer. Like should I take marketing or finance? I have asked this to people, should I take marketing or finance? And those people were really patient in answering those questions. But now, after 1 year, I've realized that no one can answer that for you. You can definitely, the right questions to ask would be, which are the kind of profiles that come to campus? What is the package maybe that is offered? And all of those things, which will help you make a decision. Okay, is this package something that I would want to work for? Is this kind of profile, because even in marketing, there are like Micah has a different set of marketing profiles coming to campus, and NMIMS is a very different set of marketing profiles coming to campus. You've got to understand you can't imagine कि अच्छा मतलब वैसे माइका वाले roles यहाँ आएंगे. You can't think कि advertising आएगा and then get into NMIMS. Then you will be set up for, you know, a lot of disappointment. So you have to ask what kind of marketing roles are here. NM has great marketing roles. Please don't believe anyone who says NM में सिर्फ finance अच्छा होता है. We have seen it firsthand. It's as great a marketing college as great a finance college. So I think, ma'am, you really have to, you know, put this out in your videos, because yes, I remember until last year there were people who used to say no, don't go to NMIMS for marketing. Yes. But that's not true at all. We've had really great placements this year. Hoping that the trend continues next year and after that too.
Lovely. So you guys are the ones who are going to keep the trends going, do a kick-ass job in your summers and get PPOs and keep raising the bar high. I mean, I feel so proud. This is my college and I'm done marketing, and I love to see when everybody else also comes on the same board and, you know, doing sales and marketing, working on field, everything is possible. So all of you who think that girls can't do sales, or for that matter, and NMIMS is not for marketing and Mumbai batch strength बहुत सारा struggle है, कुछ नहीं है. If you want to make it, you will sail through it and you will make the most of it. It's all about making the most of where you are. So thank you so much for joining us on board. For all the people who are listening to us also, super thanks. And if you have some questions which we did not take it up, drop in the comments section and we will reply to that as well. And once again, happy Women's Day, and stay tuned for a lot more series coming up ahead.